welcome back to this Jack. Hey, you see where we're at. We see what we're doing. I need to actually switch around my bonkage, which sounds a lot more dirtier than it meant to be. There we go. Now we got the giant swords. I think I need to switch around. No, these are still good. Okay, cool. All right. Alright, let's see here. Where we last left off, we were going to go fight Malenia. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to stall for a minute or two to give everybody a chance to get in. We should actually be joined by Lagothic at some point. Alright, let's see here. Trying to think if there's anything I wanted to hit up fight-wise before I went and did that. Let's see here. Could probably play around with these the consecrated snowfield a bit. I know there's a Drugan over here I got to go deal with eventually. Yeah, I could go do that. Go mess with the Drugan and get my ass kicked. That's 100% what's going to happen if I go do it. I'm going to get my ass kicked. It's a Drugan. It's a giant frost Drugan. Which, like, the big reason to fight a dragon would be to is because then you can learn its abilities because it's available at the church. The problem is, I don't have the stats to use it. Like, I do actually have a decent amount of faith now. My character has like a 27 faith now, and that's because there's a couple things I wanted to do. Which I actually need to upgrade the medallion for. I think I still do it. Did I ever upgrade it? I did not. That's a thing. Hang on. That's actually something I should go take care of. Do I have the... I'm going to go, like, while we're giving everybody a chance to get in here, I am going to just quickly get me some runes, and then upgrade my my faith casting implement. Which means I'm going to switch away from that weapon to this weapon. Because this one makes it a hell of a lot easier. The red ones are the only ones that are actual threats. All the others will just sit there and do nothing, but they all give you the same rune amount. Oh yeah, I forgot. And there we go. And there we go. I just got a lot of runes. And you can actually even get more. I don't think I had the golden scarab on. I don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't. So yeah, it would have actually been even more if I'd put the golden scarab on, and even more if I'd also eaten the golden chicken foot thing, which you can actually make. So, and they're not too difficult to farm if you know where to look. Alright, so I did that. Now I just got to check what type of smithing stones it takes to upgrade it. Because it's either going to take regular smithing stones, which I can do a pretty decent amount of upgrading for, or it's going to need, yeah, regular smithing stones. Okay. So any upgrading will be very good. So I just need a lot of 12, stack of 12 of each, up as far as I can go. And then just upgrade it. The Godslayer one is not the best one. Or, like, they're all good at very specific, like, incantations, so you can actually switch them around as you need to. Okay, I don't have any. But that one is the best if you're going off a raw faith, and I like the God slaying incantations anyway. Plus, I felt it was very much guts related. That if he was going to use faith magic, it would be God slaying oriented. There we go. I'm not going to get the last tier because I don't have the current resources. I'd be able to, if I ran back and did a quick bit of farming, I'd be able to. And I might do that just to kill another moment or two, because I'm a little early, so it's not a big deal. Alright, God Slaying. For those who want to know what the God Slaying faith abilities are, if you ever see the Black Flame going on, okay, I only need 10 more. If you ever see like the Black Flame attacks, those are God Slayers. They're really interesting. Usually a lot of them, they'll do damage, and then they'll do continuous damage over time. I only need 10 of these this time. There we go. So I was able to finish it up. Cool. So it's now pretty much caught up to my swords. Actually, my swords are going to be a little further ahead because I went and found a bunch of the next tier up to upgrade them, which I really don't like how difficult it is to upgrade non-somber gear. Really is annoying. Really is.
Back over there, Matt.
Yeah, see, I just need another 12 and I'd be able to get my heavy great swords up to another tier. But in the meantime, these are doing very well. Very, very well. Alright, and the reason I wanted that upgrade is because I do actually use a couple of faith-based abilities. Most of the time, it's actually for powering myself up, making myself just do mo damage. Because I have my almighty bonk, which I'm going to go to my usual targets because it's kind of funny. Because there's like a handful of places where you can casually show how dangerous an attack is, and this is one of them. And it's just kind of funny. Like, no matter how far into the game, you can always come back here and just show how dangerous an attack is. Alright, so the almighty bonk is I activate Flame, Give Me Strength. Then I activate this on each weapon. And then Jump Slam. Only one blade actually hit him. And it did 1711 on him. Even with him blocking, it broke his guard and then killed him. Mind you, I know I'm picking a fight with a bunch of lower level people. This is also therapy. This is a really long Zawardo. Okay, there it goes. Alright. We're going to do a real test. That was just me having some therapy real fast. Because we're about to go fight Malenia, who is probably one of the cheapest, most difficult fights in the game. And it's going to be fun. There actually is a quest chain I should probably do, to be honest with you. Let's see if I've started it. Because there's a character named Millicent. And I thought she was tied to an ending, but I was wrong. But doing Millicent's questline, is she here? If she is, then I haven't started it. She is not here. Then where is she? No, I think I gave her the arm. Where am I at on that quest chain? Where am I at on that quest chain? Okay, so she's not there. She's not at the Sage's place. Is she over at the Erd-Gazing Hill? Because I think I gave her the Valkyrie arm. This is stuff I did off stream. I should have done it on stream, but I didn't. But basically, she's a person who is suffering from Scarlet Rot that you save using the unalloyed... Yeah, okay, so she's not here. So there's a place in the regular snowfield that she goes to. I want to say it's... Let's see here. It's not here. It might have been... No, not the Zamor. It might have been the Zamor, but we'll check. Hang on. It might be the Zamor. That doesn't sound right, though. But I'm going to look. But anyway, so she's someone dying of Scarlet Rot, and she lost her arm. It looks like she was fighting on Radahn's side. It's unclear, but that's what it looked like it happened. She's dying of Scarlet Rot. And then you give her the replacement arm. Oh, yeah, that's... earlier in the game, like a samurai guy saves us, and he dies. This is somebody possessing his body. So I really don't like that. I really, really don't like that. Normally I kill that. Kill the Revenant controlling his body. It actually bothers me. Alright, I gotta look up where exactly she is, so I'm not just running around looking. Even though that'd be a great way to kill time. But we're here actually to do things. And the only reason I'm doing her quest chain is because you actually get a really, really good pendant. You actually get a choice of two. You either help her at the end or you don't help her. Personally, I choose to help her. The reason why is because I feel like it's a dick move to betray her at the end, because she's just trying to like find out her connection, because apparently she might have some connection to Malenia. Like, she's unsure, but and yeah, it's complicated. You'll see. All right, here it is. All right, did the Church of Plague, did the Needle, did that. I think she should be. Oh no, I think I did the Windmill Village. Ancient Snow Valley Ruins. Okay, so it's the Ancient Snow Valley Ruins. There we are. She's over there. Okay, so I was just looking in the wrong spot. All right. Ah! Okay, there she is. Yeah, this is Millicent, and that's her Valkyrie prosthesis.
To think we'd meet in such a place.
It's almost like I knew you're here.
Purpose, possibly. No. I know well enough who you are. And what I know is good enough for me. Call upon me again in battle. Should you have the need.
You can't actually finish her quest, this part of the quest, if you have already killed the fire giant. Just a heads up.
I'm searching for a fort to the... I heard the master of the fort was given a medallion that allowed him to visit the Halig.
He was given half.
Indeed. I believe that is where Malenia will be found. The Halig tree is hidden somewhere in these northern lands. I'm searching for...
Okay, just want to make sure all of her conversation has been exhausted. The fort she's talking about is Castle Sol, which, oddly enough, don't have the... I didn't pick up the grace at the top. That's odd. Anyway, Castle Sol, and you get the Halig Tree half medallion. You get the other half down here, underneath the plateau. There's the village of the Albernics, or however you say that word. You get the other half there. And then once you're over here, you go to the Ardinia Liturgy Town, however you say that word. And then you do the puzzle there, and then you can warp to the Halig Tree, which I thought I could. I know I did the puzzle. I think I just didn't pick up the grace for it. Because I know I did it off stream. Because the puzzle's annoying. I did find out that if you kill something on the other side, they're considered field bosses effectively, so they don't respawn. So like the invisible, and yeah, I did crack the thing because I can travel through here easier. Yeah, so I just didn't do the grace on the other side because I didn't want to move too far in. All right, I've stalled long enough. Let's go to the Halig Tree. Now, this will actually be a time that I'm trying to explore it and actually do things here versus just run through like I did with my wizard character, because I wanted to get to her. I knew I couldn't beat her with my magic user. Now, there's actually some very interesting thoughts that I've had about this place. Consider this. The, okay. But it wouldn't let me teleport here earlier. Okay, whatever. So, the Halig Tree has several things that catch my attention. One, you see these guys also at the capital. Why? That's part one. Because the Halig Tree seems to stand in polar opposition to the Erd Tree. Did he drop? Okay. If they explode into white light, I hope they do. Alright. What was I saying? So the Halig Tree is in the is considered the opposite of the Erd Tree. One promotes life, the other promotes death, all the usual jazz. I really want their weapon just because it'd be so funny to annoy people with it. Because there is a playthrough style I want to do. It does involve me needing to raid 3 people. I don't have to win the fight. I just have to invade them. So what I'll probably do is show up, do like the Patches grovel, and let them kill me. But anyway, so the Halig Tree is the opposite. I am here now. No. I'm confused. I know what you meant. Give me a second. Ah! You got me killed! That's a lot of bubbles. Gothic got me killed, everyone! I want everybody to know Gothic got me killed. Alright. I should probably just run past these guys, because there's no point just slowly, methodically killing them all. Like, they don't even give you much runes. I do want to farm them at some point, so once again I can get their horn. Is my runes over here? Actually, I really don't care, because I can get those runes back exceedingly easy. Yeah, but that weapon is considered a mace. And then on top of that, the Hallig Tree... one of the... I'm trying to remember. One of the more interesting connections I've seen is one of the bosses here. That was my own damn fault. I stood right in front of where a bunch of bad guys are. Anyway, one of the two bosses here, not Millicent, but the other one. Yeah, I'm going to get Scarlet Rot here. There's nothing I can do about that. The good news is I think there's a Grace right up ahead. Yeah, it's right there. Can I make that jump? Probably not, but we're going to try. Hey, I made it. All right, cool. Let's hit up that Grace. All right, let me check something real fast. All right. So anyway, I keep forgetting what I was saying. So one of the bosses that you fight, the one on the horse, you also see in the Carlian Manor, except for it's a ghost version. So, and we're gonna be joined by Gothic Phoenix for this. Eventually they'll pick up.
I'm here.
But are you really?
I mean, I exist, kind of. I mean, I don't know. I could be an entire imagination. Who knows?
Gothic Phoenix
Anyway.
is fake news. Confirmed.
I am fake news. I am everything along with fake news, kind of. Always depends.
Ooh,
Anyway.
This is not good. There we go. But yeah, now I'm just sitting here contemplating, like, what is the connection between the Hallig Tree and the Carlian family? Because the Carlian family is like the family that like kind of pushed sorcery magic. Like they're also the ones in charge of the Raelian College. But they also have like one of their primary knights is in both locations, and that's just a very odd thing. What do you think?
I mean, I guess it could be connected to it. Like, I mean, yes. I mean, yes and no. Like, kind of difficult. I don't know. Like, it's kind of difficult. I don't know. I don't play Elden Rings as much as I should to understand.
Yeah, you'll do your stream eventually. I think your next one you said was Code Vein, although you're considering a Dark Souls 3 playthrough.
Yeah.
I love you have these like zombie things, but like just run out and try to push you.
I'm contemplating if I should do Dark Souls 2, then hop into Dark Souls 3, because that's kind of how my mind works when it comes to said video game.
Well, the good news is they're not direct none of them are direct sequels from each other.
Oh,
So
okay,
like you can play them.
Okay, so they all don't take place in the same
World, but you're like they play no direct
world, yeah.
connection to each other.
Okay, so I can play Dark Souls 3 and be just fine. Okay.
Yeah. Dark Souls 2, like even Dark Souls 2 is unknown how far into the future it is. They just know that it does take place in the future of Dark Souls 1. In fact, actually, apparently, they're like, who's Lord Gwyn? So the events of Dark Souls 1, it's how much it played a factor is unknown.
Oh, but I said I was gonna make a new character, mate. Let me go do that.
New character for Elden Ring?
Yeah, because I just got on Elden Ring.
There you go.
Because we talked about this last night, and I was gonna actually make a new character and actually get started, because I believe I fucked up horribly.
Well, don't forget some of the things I showed you on how to get yourself a head start.
Go to certain places and get certain things.
Yep. All depending on like what you're going for. I still do recommend if you start Samurai, you do have the advantage of having the Unganta sword. How do you say it? The katana.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go get the second one if you want and dual wield them. If nothing else, you still have one katana, and the katanas are really good in this game. They attack pretty fast. They have bleed. Pretty much the only weapons that are faster. There's like only like 2 or 3 weapons that are faster when it comes to bleed effects. And bleed is broken, as I've said before. The only weapons that are faster, I think, are daggers, knives, and I think twin blades are also faster.
I think I'm gonna do Vagabond.
Alright. Why Vagabond?
That seems,
Is it the one that looks like a normal starting Dark Souls character?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good choice.
Because I was thinking about going Hero, but I know Hero has not the great stats.
I need a hero! Yeah, the Vagabond, if I remember its stats correctly, are a pretty good balance between a lot of things. Like, I don't think you're going to be very magic caster oriented, but it's not too bad. Personally, I tend to start as the
Wretch.
Wretch. Because then I build the stats however I freaking please.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think I'll go Vagabond and just go with that.
Not a bad call. Okay, I made the jump at least. Like, yeah, I did do the whole leaning in the seat while trying to make a jump. I make no apologies for it. Alright. I actually came through here on my bleed character, so I actually know where to go, for the most part. Now this part I'm going to hate just because there's a bunch of magic casters throwing spells at me. And this is another part of the... What connection does the family of magic have in relation to this place? Like right there you have a bunch of their magic casters trying to stop me. I didn't get my full almighty bonk on, but I did hit her pretty hard. I was also just really low on health because I had to spend a lot of it to power up and get my duplicate out. I'm going to back up so that she doesn't get a free hit on me. She was waiting for me to jump at her. Her daggers are still flying at us after she died. That's awesome. There we go. Got her on the first try. That's awesome. I really enjoy that. Because you gotta remember, as a magic user, she just kicked my ass when I was being my magic. Once again, I didn't have much health, and this one I can tank a hit like it's nothing. I'm also wearing pretty decent armor. The chest piece I'm wearing actually, oh, it's doing the glitch again. There's a weird glitch where, like, you can't look at the grace and do it. You have to stand like at a specific spot for it to prompt the touch grace, and I'm trying to get it. I might save and quit out and then let it reload. Yeah, I'm gonna have to save and quit out and let it reload. Thankfully, that doesn't teleport me away. But yeah, we're gonna be going after Malenia today. I do have a bleed idea I want to try. It's a bad idea, but it might work. I actually rather would try to stop doing bleed stuff, because bleed is like the thing everybody's doing, and I'm like, y'all know me, I don't like doing that. I'm really thinking if I do another playthrough of Elden Rings on stream, it'll definitely be a faith-based run. Like a monk faith character. Using punching weapons and faith attack, or in faith magic. What's your thoughts, girl?
My thoughts on what? Blood?
I was gonna say, if I do another run being, oh yeah, bleed, and then if I do another playthrough being faith, okay. Because I don't know if I need it. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't even know if I need to do another playthrough of Elden Rings. I've done 2 back-to-back. I could do another game first and then come back to this.
You know what I said yesterday about it? I even said it during stream, I think.
You'll be here no matter what?
I think I mentioned I got a Dark Souls game.
You're right, I do need to play Dark Souls 2. Like, that's true. I'm gonna agree with that no matter what.
Yeah.
Ugh. Actually, before I continue, I really should have saved. Or not saved, I should have spent my, I'm jumping back to the last grace just so I can spend those runes, because I can level up at least once. Right now, I'm actually actively trying to level up my mind, because especially when you're raiding people, you don't have as much flasks to drink. And having your mind upgraded allows you to use your abilities more before you run out. So yeah, and there are ways to decrease it. Like if you're using FP abilities, if you're using your weapons abilities, you do get the where is it? Does this character even have it? Yeah, it's right here. The carrion filigreed crest lowers FP consumed by skills. So if you're someone who's like spamming your weapons abilities, you can use that. But what I'm trying to do is trying to minimize the amount of stuff that is meant for making sustaining my abilities. I want to augment my abilities, because we'll look at it from a math term. If you have to use something to allow you to use something, you're sitting at a -1. If you have to use something to allow you to have an advantage when using it, you start at a 0. But if you can use something to your advantage off the start, then it's a +2, making you do even more damage. Or it's a +1, and you bring it to a +2. I know it's like a weird way of thinking of it, but that's how my brain functions. Mind you, that's probably due to me playing like a lot of Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright.
Magic the Gathering is just a bunch of bleh to me.
Oh, that's fine. You don't have to like Magic the Gathering.
Like, someone tried to get me into Magic the Gathering, I was like, I can't.
I can definitely understand even more somebody not being interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a lot of, it has a problem I really am not a fan of. Ooh, Clean Rot Knight's Sword. That I'm not a fan of. Is she here? She's supposed to be here. There she is. That I'm not a fan of. Like, one of the big problems I have is a player can take, like, 30 minutes a turn. And even with the stop counter that they give you in, like, the online games, and they could still be doing actions the whole time. They could be consecutively doing action and action and action. I'm here to kill Melissa. Not Melissa, Malenia.
I am of Malenia's blood, but in what capacity I know not. I could
which makes you technically a descendant of a demigod.
I am
Or related to a
certain of
demigod.
kinship between us. There is something I must return to Malenia. The will that was once her own. The dignity. The sense of self. That allowed her to resist the call of the Scarlet Rot. The pride she abandoned. To meet Radahn's measure.
So this is an interesting thing right here.
There is something of the will
I actually
that
will need to record this later, which means I'll have to run through on another character just to get to this conversation. But anyway, it raises a very interesting question. What did it cost Malenia to be able to stand up to Radahn? Everybody's like, well, she lost an arm and a leg, and she was heavily scarred. This character just posed the possibility that she also lost her mind to the Scarlet Rot. She gave in to the Scarlet Rot to give her the power to be able to even just stand up to Radahn. That's what she's suggesting just then. That raises a very big question, because she's talking about it that, yeah. So that's something that could be possible. I need to beat her to see what she says at the end, just to be sure, or to comfortably be able to discuss it in a video. But I've never beaten her. Mind you, I've only approached her once. I do have a lead character that's sitting outside her office, however you want to phrase that. Her hideaway.
A little camp, basically, you should call it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever you want to call it, because she's like conked out in a throne, effectively. Like, you almost get the feeling that she's in the same position that Millicent is when you find her. Millicent is pretty much just like laying on the ground in pain from the Scarlet Rot just devouring her body. Oh, you hold up a shield? Yeah, there's no match for my giant ass swords. There he is. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think,
You think what?
I think the Scarlet Rot really does fuck with a lot of people.
Yeah, it does.
And dragons in particular.
Yeah, there's like one specific dragon that breathes that shit at you. I think it's like, his name is Ezekiel or something like that. But, or something like that. But he is, and he's really hard to kill. Like, even among the dragons, he's rather difficult to kill because he'll just spit out that Scarlet Rot at you, and there's just not much you can do about it. Because not only is it giving you Scarlet Rot, but you standing in the field of Scarlet Rot gives you regular DOT. Damage over time. Yay! I just got the achievement. It's not showing up on the screen, but it says Legendary Ashen Remains achievement. That's like one of the few I don't have right now. The rest of them, I think, are just killing hidden bosses and stuff like Malenia, the Blood God, and all the others. Because I'm trying to actually platinum this game, and I'm really close. Thankfully, none of them are, hey, kill a certain amount of people in PvP, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'm also going to point this out. If you actually watch the Clean Rot soldiers, which are supposed to be like her lieutenants, even they seem heavily affected by the Scarlet Rot. Because they, if you see them when they're just standing on their own, they look like they're having trouble standing. Like they also are heavily wounded from the Scarlet Rot. And if you watch the way they fight, like they do have some tactical sense, but for the most part, they seem a little vicious. They fight basically similar to her. They use divine power. And then the second stage of fighting Malenia is her kind of giving it more into the Scarlet Rot and using it to actively fight you. Not the super powerful, soldier kind of approach she does anymore, but using more what would be the equivalent of her divine power, for lack of a better description. Oh, I just died. Oh, no, I didn't. I just jumped down. Okay. Didn't know I can come down here. Well, now I'm dead because both those guys are assholes. I actually had enough to level up, so I don't know if I'll be able to get those runes back. Coffee. I need coffee.
Coffee sounds amazing at the moment.
Yeah, that's my actual. You don't even drink coffee. I will call
Hey.
your ass. I will call your ass out on that.
Hey. Stop being right about it.
There was actually a meme that I really enjoyed. It was Peter Parker saying, "I want my coffee as dark as my soul," and then Tony Stark goes, "He'll have a hot chocolate with extra cream."
I could picture fucking Tony Stark actually doing that.
And then, well, no, I love the Peter Parker's response even more. He goes, "Oh, fiddlesticks." No, but I'm like, this has been very therapeutic being able to come through this area and actually be able to fight on my own without having to like run through everything because like I'm just too weak. Like, because in here, like with this character, I can actually tank a hit or two, whereas with once again the sorcerer, I got hit once, I'm like, I'm almost dead. So if anybody ambushed me, which by the way, this is a Dark Souls game, you're gonna get ambushed. Hey, look, there's loot. Yeah, I'm about to get ambushed.
I was about to say, just basically name every Dark Souls game ever.
Oh, there's a clean rot right there. I want to see if I can get a good example of how they stand when they're not being paid attention to, and they just look wounded. I actually want their armor. Looks really cool. Well, right there, look, you can see that one. He's got his right arm just hanging to his side. Until he starts moving, he just looks like he's just in pain. There's two in here. I didn't think of that. There, I got rid of one.
Oh yeah, I forgot the tree sentinel.
Yeah, you don't need to fight him off the start. Don't forget that. Unless you're Markiplier, then like he spent his whole stream doing nothing but that. He spent like an hour stream. He finally got it because he memorized the attack pattern, but... So hey, kudos to him. He defeated like probably one of the most difficult early things to fight. Have you thought about how you're going to play for your stream whenever you do get to it?
Not yet, no. Oh, well, I might go with the bleed option, but...
Yeah, bleed's really good. I do challenge you... I am going to give you this challenge. Don't use a katana. Like, you can use it off the start, but don't spec and build for a katana. Try to use some other weapon, and the reason why I'm saying that is because everybody goes the katana route. Oh, I can't be here. I can't be here right now. Because if I stand right there, I'm going to get shot by heavy ballistas. I found that out on my bleed character. Unfortunately, all my runes are down there, and I really want them because it's a lot, but I also really don't want them because I'll get killed going down there. I got rid of one of them. What you guys got? What you got? What you got inside your trunk? Uh-huh. My lovely lady humps. Uh-huh. Check it out. I make no apologies.
You're fine.
I make no apologies for my bad singing. Oh, this part I'm actually gonna run past. Like, I know, like I said, I was enjoying just running, being able to fight through everything. I'm running past this part. You'll see why. The ballistas aren't the threat anymore. What came in down behind me? Oh, just a regular soldier. I'll take care of him before I move forward. It's not the ballistas is my concern. By the way, if you listen, he actually tried to do a counterattack. It was funny. Let's see here. Where is it at? Yeah, right down there is where I gotta go. This is what I think it is. Hilga Tree Soldier Ashes. Nice. Not what I wanted, but nice. Alright. So it looks like nothing. It looks like nothing, right? Yeah, there's a corrupted Erd Tree avatar right there. So I'm going to say a Hilga Tree avatar right there. And that thing is insanely powerful. That's how powerful it is. It just killed me. And on top of that, it has 2 knights on it with big-ass shields that are incredibly hard to break their stance on. Even my big-ass swords might not do shit. And it'll spam that one ability you just saw it do, where it slams the ground and makes a whole bunch of missiles come at you. It'll just spam that too. So that's a very... And it's got a lot of health. Like, it's a very difficult fight. I was fighting it with my bleed play. I'm just going to run this time. I was fighting it with my bleed playthrough. And, like, I saw bleed proc 3 times, and it still had half its health. Bleed takes off a percentage of your health, by the way. So, like, that thing did not care about me hitting it. Don't know if I'm taking a shortcut or making things inconvenient for me. Or both. Both are possible. I'm going to say shortcut. Because it makes me feel like I didn't waste my time. Yeah, there's going to be 2 clean rots in here. That's like the one disadvantage right now, is that me not fighting everything is I'm having to run through some Hilga Knights. By the way, if you're running through something, don't bother stopping to loot. Because the pop-up you get for letting you know what loot you got actually can prevent you from like pushing buttons like dodge and roll and all that good stuff. Alright, I have to get rid of them. Because they will shoot the ballistas at me. Roll through that. Like, and also their allies are the Avatar's allies are completely immune to that attack. So they can, like, almost every other time you fight an Avatar, they get damaged from that attack, that explosion. That one is not. That one is the exception to the rule, and it's annoying. So I just died twice to that guy, and I'm not liking this. But I'm actually getting very close to Malenia. I'm like 3/4 of the way there. Like, it's past her, and then like just a little further. It's past that thing. Bonk to the left. Bonk to the right.
To the right.
Crisscross. No, I can't make that jump. So it'd be... I can make this jump easily, but I don't know what I'd do with it. Nothing really. Just made it inconvenient to get here. I can do that. And go here. Thankfully, I've actually got a lot of the Clean Rot's fighting style down to a science, because I fought them a lot in the War Dead Tomb. Can I get up this way? Actually, I can, which means I can jump. Oh, that's a hell of a lot easier. All right, then. That was an easier way to get in. You just go over them. You're not supposed to... Like, you can, but I don't think you're supposed to go in through the front door. You can just go in from the roof. All right, then. I lost a lot of runes learning that. I hope y'all know that. I lost a lot of runes learning that.
The roof's on file.
The roof is on fire. Ah, the roof's on fire. Right over here is actually a pretty good weapon. The only downside is it's protected by these 3 crystal knights, which are annoying because they all give you Scarlet Rot. They all hit fast, and you're stopping there to loot, which means they are going to kill you because... And fighting them is really annoying too because they don't take damage until you've shattered their armor, which takes like over 300 points of damage, but they take 10 at a time. So like as bosses, they're fine, but as peons, they're annoying. And 3 of them at once? Nah, no bueno. So I went in there knowing I was going to die because I wanted the crystal sword. The Rotten Crystal Sword is one of the few weapons I have seen that actually gives you Scarlet Rot buildup. It's one of the few. One of the only other ones, and it's very much worth it, if you can get it, is the Anti-Spur Rapier. Now, right now, I have it on Seppuku, which means if I stab myself, it gets bleed 80. So this weapon has poison buildup 88, Scarlet Rot buildup 50, and bleed 80 effectively when I want it to. So it just does all the status effects. And if you do wield it, oh my god. Like, you're just going to see people's health just ticking down constantly.
Tick, tick, tick. Tick.
Unfortunately, I was trying to get it passed over to another character I was going to play around with, but unfortunately, it wouldn't let me. It's one of the few times I've seen it where I would drop it and it just wouldn't spawn on the person who's helping me carry things over his screen. That person being Gothic.
But saying, I don't know who that person could be. I mean,
Oh, I need to make a video on this. I found, so if you've never noticed, 1, your Scarlet Rot goes up faster, but 2, if you ever notice like you get out of like a thing of poison or Scarlet Rot and it just keeps ticking up for a bit, there's a reason for that. There actually is a reason. It's not a glitch. People are like, oh, it's a glitch. No, it's not. I thought it too. If you roll inside the Scarlet Rot or poison, it's on your clothes. Like, it's just covering your clothes. So it continues for a bit longer. And I'm like, that's actually kind of cool. Like, in a bad way, it's kind of cool. There is an item called soap, which would get rid of it, of course.
Soap.
I don't know if rolling in water will get it off too, but... Alright. We should be almost to Malenia, but we got to do 1 pit stop. We got to beat 1 not a boss. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun on the bun, because I hate fighting these things. And especially when you're fighting it in nothing but Scarlet Rot, even better. Like, that makes it just so much better. The only reason I'm going to be less concerned about this one, my last one I was fighting with was a bleed build, which means you have to hit him a lot and hope bleed procs. This build, I don't care what you are. I'm just going to bonk you. I'm just going to smack you with my 2 giant-ass swords and go, good luck. By the way, you actually get a lot of runes from killing them here, at least. You get like 6,000. And I'm not even wearing the Golden Scarab. So if you really are bored, you could probably just farm off him. There's only 1 of them in that spot. Only downside is sometimes I've seen him jump off the cliff, but he doesn't fall to his death. He just falls like 5 feet. But it's also in a position you can't get to easily. Alright. So I'm going to get myself prepped up. I'm not going to do the resolve yet. Now I am. Because I wanted him to spawn in before I did this. The almighty bonk did about 3k just then. 2k. He got me on the whip around. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Like, every other time I fought these guys, he's got me. I'm dead. Yeah, he's got me in his ultimate. I'm dead. I actually want to use one of my arc runes. I've actually never tested the arc rune I've got. The arc rune I've got is Radahn's. Which is supposed to increase, like, my Stronk and my health. I think that's the one I have equipped. Let me check. You can only switch them out here, so... Great runes. Yeah, I have Radahn's. I also... Who did it... Oh, he also greatly raises max HP. That's evil. Yeah, this one does HP, FP, and stamina, which that's all good. And then that one just raises your attributes. So I'm going to go ahead and use it, because I have plenty of rune arcs. Yeah, that one's not too bad. I actually might go ahead, because I care more about my HP, I might go ahead and switch over to Margaret's, or Margrot's, or however you say his name is. But people are like, there's only one boss in this game that feels like a Bloodborne kind of boss. Thought I heard Bloodborne music there for a second. I disagree. I thoroughly disagree. And the reason I disagree is, don't tell me Malenia doesn't feel like one of the hunters who've lost their shit. I should have waited another second before. There, I still got my almighty bonk in. If you wonder why I do the jump attack a lot, one, it's just a quick heavy attack. Two, the chest piece I'm wearing actually gives me a bonus to it. And each jump is actually considered 2 separate attacks stacked on top of each other.
I'm doing a lot better with attack now than actually playing it and actually learning what to do.
Well, you're going into it knowing what you're doing. Like, that's going to happen in almost any Dark Souls game. Like, the first time you play through, you're like, no idea what do. What do? Broke his posture. Wasn't expecting that. Execution! Actually, it's not going to kill him. It's going to do a lot of damage.
Execution!
I need to get, the, Jack Black from, Forbidden Legends. Decapitation sound. He's almost dead. He's almost dead. I'm almost dead. I'm almost dead. See, that's how fast the fight can turn on you. Oh, good. He's doing his breath, which means I can close in and kill his ass. Yay, he gave me a golden seed. Alright, there actually is a reason I did that. I'm going to jump back to the drainage canal thing just so I can get rid of my scarlet rot. And then plus I had to reload the area anyway. We're going to go help Millicent. You can either choose to try to kill Millicent, or you can try to help Millicent. And Millicent actually fights almost exactly the same way as Form 1 of Malenia. So that's very interesting. I don't know if it's a coincidence or not. I still don't think I'm going to be able to beat Malenia. I have an idea on how to fight her, like on her movements and stuff, but actually beat her, I'm not sure I can. All right. You can see the golden sign right there. There's also a red sign. This allows you to make that choice. Invade to hurt her or invade to help her. We're going to help her because the medallion, the pendant I want, you have to help her. That, and I actually like Melissa. She's actually kind of cool. I love the outcome of her story. It's depressing, as every character's is for some reason, but I do like it. Those are her 4 sisters. And assuming she lives before I can get to her. I imagine she's a lot more difficult when you're invading her. Because right now, she's getting kicked around by her sisters, and I haven't done a jack shit. I haven't even distracted them. Oh, I distracted one of them. And died. Thankfully, this doesn't count. Like, it actually just, like, you don't even really die. You don't lose your runes or anything. It just returns you to your world. Yeah, I screwed the pooch on that one. I should have just ran up and done the swing, because that's a swinging attack versus a slam down attack. And since they're not targeting me, they're not standing as still as they normally would. So that was my bad. Plus, I had trouble getting my damage buff going. Oh, it means well, no, I don't know if I lost my rune arc affecting me. It looks like it doesn't. It looks like I have more health than normal. I'm not going to bother with the Knight's Resolve. Oh, and they all do give you bleed because their weapons are assholes. Bonk! God damn it, I got stuck in an animation. Like, I couldn't move. Like, she just kept poking me with a stick. Yeah, I still have the bonus health because I think my health is a lot more. My magic is definitely a lot more. So yeah, the rune arc is still going. So if you're invading and you die, you actually don't lose that shit. Mind you, this is an NPC raid, so... oh, so I was working with Gothic at one point, and we got raided.
Yep.
Which is fine, whatever. What pisses me off is the guy had lag on him like you wouldn't believe. Like, we'd hit him, we'd see the splash of blood from hitting him, but he'd take no damage whatsoever.
Yep, that happened. And we would hit him, and
Like, it took a lot of attempts to actually hit him. If it wasn't for, like, the lag helping him effectively, he would have died a lot sooner. Like, that's pretty much what you'd see right there. Like, you see the weapon connect, but then it would do absolutely no damage whatsoever. Millicent died. Ugh. Like, I'm having trouble with this fight. Well, mind you, it's multiple people, and you guys know I don't handle fighting multiple targets simultaneously very well. As a magic user, I still have trouble because, like, you never have just one person targeting you, and it's horrible. This time I'm just gonna run in. I'm not gonna even do the buff. Well, I'm gonna do this buff because that takes a second. I don't know why only one of them got hit by that. If you see, she just did Malenia's ultimate. Millicent did. Oh my god! She just... Well, she does have a faster attacking weapon, so I really shouldn't be mad. I'm gonna drink some coffee. That's one of the advantages if you can stunlock somebody and you can attack faster than them. And that's one of the cool things about the katana. Its L2 ability is insanely good. It's insanely fast, and you have two versions. You either do the slice from the hip, which does an arc attack forward, or you do the overhead one, which can break guard like you wouldn't believe. It's considered a heavy attack, or a charged attack. It does consume LP, obviously. But it's 100% worth it. Oh, good. You're immediately coming for me. That's actually good. Will you freaking let me attack? She's using an Erd Tree Spear, which is interesting to me. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's fine. Thankfully, the sisters don't heal. You know, I'm trying to, roll backwards. Not just stand there, but roll backwards. What you working on in there, Gothic?
I'm at the ruins at the moment.
Which runes? There's a lot of runes.
Ruins.
Which ones? There's a lot of them.
I'm dead.
I noticed.
Got murdered by a knight.
Well, which way you going with it?
Man, I'll tell you in just a second. I'll tell you where I am in just a moment. I'm loading back in because I died.
What does annoy me is the NPCs seem to be immune to the, Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's less than fine now, but it's fine. Alright, one of the sisters died, and Millicent's actually at full health. Hey, Amber.
Gatefoot Ruins is where I'm at.
Oh, okay. How's Melissa's health? Not too bad. I hate that that attack followed me and I'm dead. She killed 2 of the sisters. And I was still getting my ass kicked by one of them. She's about to kill that one. That's why... And that's right, Amber. We have a guest appearance of a Gothic. Are y'all going to eventually see... Go ahead.
I was supposed to say this won't be happening every time, just so you know.
Just
so people know.
Yep. I'm going to tell you right now, eventually Gothic will start being on camera and you'll realize she's Gothic. Yuck, 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 yuck.
To be honest, that went over my head.
Thick usually refers to, like, curvy.
Yeah, no, I'm far from being curvy.
I don't know. Like, I'll explain more of the joke later.
Okay.
Alright, got one of the sisters. I'm gonna heal up. Hopefully Melissa doesn't die while I'm approaching. Jesus Christ, did y'all just see that? And apparently us being hanging out together makes Amber very happy.
Jeez, it's like geez, when you say it like that, it's like we don't hang out at all.
Well, it's been a couple weeks where we just don't, like, we'll talk, but we really don't do anything. We're both distracted by various projects.
I mean, excuse me, I'm doing research on the Free Kingdoms, excuse me.
You're excused. Where are you going?
Well, no, that's just what I'm going with. Like,
I'm fucking with you. All right. So y'all can see this is Millicent after the fight. Like, no, she doesn't die from the fight. She actually. So what allowed her to fight the Scarlet Rot was killing her. We gave her the unalloyed golden pin. She rips it out, so that lets her start dying.
I could not have defeated that quartet.
Bullshit! You killed most of
I feel
them.
as if I've been in your debt from beginning to end. Thank you. With your help, I was able to live as my own person, if only in passing. But this is where things end. I pause to even tell you, but I took out the needle myself. Tell whoever put you up to this that if I am to flower into something other than myself, I would rather rot into nothingness as I am. Please, the Scarlet Rot writhes now. Worse than ever. Soon, I won't be more than a mound of flesh, curse-laden. Untouchable. I wouldn't want such a thing to bring you harm.
So there actually is a. So if you side against her, you get a different pendant. I wanted the one I got, where it does the same thing as the first version, this version, except for it also raises your dex by 5. I had to have a conversation with someone that makes what's going on in the world at the moment a whole lot more real. Yeah, there's a. I am not going to go into that. I've done enough ranting about politics and stuff like that. I really do need to get into doing my Coffee Over Politics channel. Like, it's up, it exists, it has one video. Anyway, the reason I went through all that, I doubt it. I doubt it. Yeah, I can't have both on. If I could, that would be so evil. It'd be so freaking broken.
Okay, so I can't go up against him. That's lovely.
What happened?
The knight that is there in the ruins, I can't fight him. Because if I fight him, he just fucking just obliterates what I have.
Is that the camp that's like right in front of where the
Yes.
Oh. Summon your you can summon minions to help you, but normally I don't bother with that at first. What you can do is, one, you can stealth kill everyone in there if you're careful. Go at night especially. But number 2, oh, there's that branch I could have used. But number 2, I have words, and sometimes they're in order. Just start heading south. Soldiers a lot more spread out. You'll be able to hit things up. I would go get the Godric Soldier Ashes before you do anything else, and you can go around for that. Head due east to the third Murica Church, and then loop around to get behind the heavy guards.
I can kill everything in this village fine. It's just that the knight's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, he is. What weapon do you have right now?
The sword I get when I start.
It's just a one-handed sword that you can two-hand, right?
Yes.
There are two ways to deal with him. You have a shield, right?
I do, yeah.
You have two ways to deal with him. You can either break his guard by beating the shit out of him with heavy attacks. But the tactic I've enjoyed more is, I think that's her clothes, Malenia, who just died. Your other option is hide behind the shield, wait till he hits you, and then press R2. Doing that allows you to do an immediate heavy attack, and depending on what, you'll either help break his guard, or if he did a heavy thrust, his shield's up at that time, and it'll allow you to, poop. And it'll allow you to, I need to go back down because that Erdtree avatar, or corrupted avatar, I'm going to call him the Helgatree avatar at this point, is just going to keep spamming that attack. By the way, we're right next to Malenia. I'm just after loot. I don't even remember what the loot is. Hopefully he forgot I exist. Yeah, he's gonna spam that attack. So I'm gonna say screw that loot. I'll get it later. Like, I hate that. I hate that they will spam attacks against the wall, and they never run out of mana, they never run out of arrows, they just get to keep spamming those attacks. Your only option is, if you can get to them, dodge through the attacks and get... Yeah, sure, go for it. Alright, I'm just going to hit this up again, even though there's no reason to. Alright, y'all ready? We're about to go fight Malenia. Yay. And I will choose not to fight her again if I think I can't win. Like, if I see no chance, like I'm just not doing enough damage, she's healing too fast, whatever it may be, I'll choose not to. But, here we go again. This is the roots of the Helgatree. And this is why, if you watch how she's laying, I really do think she's dying from, not dying from the Scarlet Rot, but it's like consuming her mind. Because you see her just laying there. Like, just trying to, looks like she's just trying to hold on to her existence. Like, to save herself from Radon's wrath. Like, look at her arm. And her eye. It looks like to save herself from the wrath of Radon. I think that's why she let loose the Scarlet Rot. Was literally just to survive. And because, Radon had brought her so close to death, but she didn't die, she feels that she didn't lose that fight, and therefore her line of, I am Malenia, and I have never known defeat, is still technically, like, she even lost her feet, look. You can see her feet are also the, same replacements. And her left leg, too, her whole left leg.
My flesh was dull gold, and my blood rotted.
I think this is literally her waking up after the Radon fight.
Left in my wake. As I awaited his return.
She's talking about her brother. I think her brother was the original god of Scarlet Rot. Look at how even her sword is broken. You can tell that it used to have a handle.
Heed my words.
I'd love to see a reforged version of it.
Blade
What the hell is this guy?
This is a... That was a glitch. Which is unfortunate because that's a badass scene. Unfortunately, I don't have time to summon in my mimic in this run. Oh, hey, I'm actually doing some decent damage. If I had my clone in, I'd have a better chance. Technically, she's giving me a chance right now, so I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna regret it like a real adult. Unfortunately, she does regain health from hitting me, even if I'm blocking. Oh, that's not targeted to me? That's good. Unfortunately... Ow. That last one hit me. My Mimic's just giving me time. That's all it's doing. Yeah, it's already gone. Like, it got annihilated. It's also giving her health, which is unfortunate. A playstyle like hers, though? Like, I can do a playstyle like hers. I got no problem doing it. Like, that could be my next playthrough. Which is technically like a faith build. Kind of. Like, every time she hits me, she is gaining health. That's actually that's what I was debating about doing, a monk or a sword fighter faith build. I broke her stance, was not expecting that. Alright, I do see a way to beat her. It's not going to be this time, though. Yeah, at best I was going to get her to her second phase. I definitely could do a faith build. Like, that's what I was thinking if I do my next stream, do a faith build. Of Elden Rings, because I might go do something else, because I might like do a week of doing like random other games, like maybe Hunt Showdown, maybe just something else. I'm really tempted to go into this fight as Rodon, because I have his armor, I have his weapons, and I think it would just be funny to walk in as Rodon. So you have Rodon versus Malenia round 2. All right, I'm looking for something. So when she died, she left me something, and I'm not seeing it. There's an item I'm supposed to use while in that fight. It might be after the fight that I'm allowed to do it. All right, whatever. I don't care if I pull it off or not. I got what I wanted. Thankfully, you don't have to watch the cutscene again. So I have time to, while she's crossing the room to do that, and actually even heal up. I don't know what I have that set to. It's probably a health thing. Damn, she moved. You have this highly acrobatic character. Yeah, she moved. Of course she moved. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. There's also a pendant I wanted to switch out. It'll be much more effective against her. Because I have a pendant that's good for, like, mob fighting, but I have a better pendant for boss fighting. Yeah, she's about to do her big flurry, and I don't want to be a part of it. I still don't really know how to dodge it either. That's the worst part. Broke her stance twice. By the way, her ultimate she uses right there is actually what you get from beating her, from her weapon itself. Damn, that lunge is horrible. But yeah, no, I'm doing infinitely better than my faith or my magic build. Like, I 100% think I can beat her. Round 2 is gonna be another question. I think me switching over to the other item might be mo better. So right now the two pendants is the Taker's Cameo. It's useless in this fight because I only get it when I kill someone. However, I do have the Godskin Swaddling Cloth, which sounds really bad, but effectively what it is every time I hit somebody, I get health back after several hits. I do want to check for one specific pendant, because if I can get the talisman for it, it would make this fight just a little easier. Just a little easier. It's an upgraded version of the shield one, the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman. There is a third version. Okay, so I can only get the third version during the Crumbling Farm Azula, and the ultimate version can only be gotten during after I burn the Erd Tree. Spoilers. Well, I showed y'all that in the last stream. I'm gonna not summon my Mimic at first. I want to see if I can learn her movements, and then if I get to second phase, which I won't, I will summon the Mimic then. Yeah, she is not giving me a chance. I don't know how I'm going to beat her with my bleed build. I really don't. Mind you, with my bleed build, I'm less likely to sit there and engage. I'm more likely to hit and get out of there. At least with this one, I actually stun her when I do hit her. I dodged that one. Really happy about that. She's killed me with it twice now, so... Three times. She's killed me with it 3 times now. Okay. So I do see how to fight her. The only downside is if I summon my my Pissant, my Mimic, she'll take it out pretty fast. Beware of spam. Yeah, she does spam attacks. Also, hi, Pepe. She's actually not immune to Scarlet Rot, which is actually kind of funny. Another one that people have suggested you use, but I don't have the FP for it, is Black Knife Tish. Because he causes bleed, and he's fast. And unlike most others, he'll actually disengage. Alright, we're going to try this again. I'm going to be trying, like, if nothing else, right now, what I can do, like, I may not beat her in this stream. I really may not. It's going to come down to me learning how she fights. Because in the wizard one, I just gave up. There was like no way, as my magic user, I was going to beat her. Her poise is like really low, but when she's like in the middle of some of her attack combos, she's completely immune. And that was a miss. That's a lunge. No, it's not. I'm going to drink up. That attack. That attack. God damn. That swan song. I think that's what it's called. Swan something. And like, you don't roll away from it because she's going to come towards you no matter what. You roll forward and to the right. You have to do it each time she does her lunge. Unfortunately, I'm my back to a wall anyway, so I was kind of screwed. I want to use this. I got plenty of those for right now. I'm not going to use them anymore after this. This was just this one time. What's my FP at? I looked at my stamina. I wanted to look at my FP. Okay, so it's not enough for me to try out Black Knife T-shirt. Plus, he's unupgraded, so it'd be an unfair test. But I have more health to give me another second or two. Yes, I have the Knight's Resolve, but it's only a single hit. My bonk becomes insane when I do it. Unfortunately, the method people were using to kill her before is not viable anymore. People were killing her with Hoarfrost Stomp and the Mimic. But Hoarfrost Stomp got nerfed. I got body blocked on her. I got body blocked, and that's bullshit. She was floating over the air, and I couldn't roll forward to get past her. She body blocked me with her feet, and I don't have a feet fetish. Gothic does, but I don't.
I don't have a foot fetish.
So you deny it too much. No one believes you now.
See, I have a vampire fetish. See, that's the thing.
Vampire feet fetish?
Nah, just a vampire fetish.
You're like, I'm gonna kill you now. Now everyone's gonna think you have a foot fetish.
And then Amble's gonna play with it a little too much.
If there is an Elden Ring 2, yeah. Like, I really do want to know, like, if they do a DLC, I would really love to know more about the story of the fight between Radahn and Malenia, because neither one of them really won that fight, but neither one of them lost it either. I know I could have pressed the attack. Ah, I rolled too late. I got out. I got Zawardoed there for a second, so I wasn't able to get the second drink in. That's not what you told me, sis. Joking. Also, she called it laugh my ass off. So, yeah, she called it that you'd make a joke about you actually having feet fetish. Now that's a good...
Amble, I know you. I know you way too well.
That's actually a good question to bring up. Not the feet fetish thing.
That'd be a weird question to bring up.
No, we can talk about your feet fetish. That's fine.
I have a foot fetish. God damn it! Stop saying I do.
You're like really in denial about this, and it's getting awkward. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, in all seriousness, though, let's get past that joke. That might be a better one. I think there's one that I really do want. Actually, I think the Stanima might be my better one. Anyway, what was I going to say? I think eventually it just becomes big number. Like, I'm playing a little bit with my magic user on New Game Plus just to see what it's like. And it, like, other than the nerf to the the sword I was using, I killed the tree sentinel walking out the door. Didn't summon a spirit or anything, just walked out. Did the Kamehameha, and then I followed it up with a couple daggers. He was dead. So I think it just becomes big number. But by the time you beat the game, especially like with this thing, nothing's a threat to you. Either you've developed the skill enough to get through everything, or you just have the raw fucking damage to power your way through everything. So there is no problem with it. The more I hit her, the more damage I actually do per hit. Unfortunately, the more she hits me, the more health she gets. Also, the more I hit her, I also get health back. Every other time I've hit her with that follow-up, it's always it's actually stunned her out of her attack. But so if they did a DLC, I would really love to see the Dark Knight where the ring shattered. I would be very interested in that. I doubt they'll do it because like they have a history of like big events like that not showing it directly, but heavily talking around it. So I don't think they'll do that. But if they did, I would really love that. I would especially love if they did, like, you were able to somewhat participate in the war between Radahn and Malenia. That would be a good one. But if they did an expansion, I'd be very interested where they'd go with it. We burnt the Erd Tree. They'd almost have to do a prequel. Like, they'd honestly almost have to do a prequel. Because you burn the Erd Tree. You destroyed the Round Table in process. Yeah, she gave me no chance. But I don't think there'll be a difficulty cap. There really just can't be. Especially like from any From Software game, the difficulty is based on usually like the. Actually, technically, yes. The next game is going to be a Armored Core game, which does take place in space, giant mech suits. So if you're going to say Elden Rings 2 is that game, then yes, you are technically right. I do have a build idea I want to try, but it will require me to go fight a different boss first. It's so inconsistent on when I can break her poise. Like, it's extremely inconsistent. I do want to try one of the other runes real fast. There's another boss I have to go hit up. Because I do want to... if I get his sword, if I could dual wield his sword, it'd be even better. But I technically would be moving away from the Omega Bonk build. There is an idea of a build I wanted to try. I want to see how much health I have with this. It says greatly. I want to see what greatly is. That's all right. That's all right. It's like, it's all right. And yeah, I know I'm not summoning anything because I don't feel there's a point. Like at most it would be a decoy because it's going to die too quick. And if I can't handle phase 1, I'm definitely not going to be able to handle phase 2. See, right there, that I've used that to stun her several times, but I wonder if it's like a very narrow window where you can and cannot. Oh, it's this attack. Shit, I didn't catch the... She has 2 that puts her in the air, so I didn't know which one it was. With bosses, I kind of get it. But you can critical strike them by breaking their stance. What the frickety frack? What the frickety frack? I pressed circle. I'm gonna hit. That's not what I pushed! Salt button. Super salt button. Alright. Got that out of my system. Alright. We're going to try one more time, and then I'm going to test... I'm going to work towards the build idea I have. It's not going to be a super bonk build, and I'll only be using one of the gut swords instead of both. But I like the idea of it. I'm on PC. I've never seen her pull that attack off. I usually dodged it, and that's... I kind of don't regret letting her hit me with that. It was kind of cool. She is definitely my favorite boss. Like, all the others, I feel like, just spam their divine power. But you can see she's literally just a bunch of skill. She's just insanely powerful. As somebody said, the Radon fight versus Malenia fight is somebody who spec'd into Dex versus somebody who Dexed into PC. Or not PC, sorry. PlayStation. Yeah, I was going to let her kill me on that one because there was like no point. She's attacking my dead corpse and getting health back. That's bullshit. But you know, yeah, I'm using a PlayStation controller. All right, we're gonna go do the evil idea for a build. I found out an ability for a weapon. It doesn't tell you it, but there is a god weapon you can get. And I call it a god weapon purely because you get it from a god. That actually has a passive healing effect that it doesn't tell you about unless you read its description fully. And I want it. I'm going to have to upgrade a different weapon to make this fight a little bit more bearable. Yes, it is actually natively supported. Hang on. It won't show you because I've got the overlay turned off where you can't see it. Oh, I'm going to need some runes. But yeah, I just plug it into my control. I'm using actually a PS5 controller. PS4 when I first did my magic build. I switched over like near the end. Oh yeah, I forgot I got the Magma Whip Candlestick. That's just such a cool weapon. Anyway, not what I need to upgrade. Where are you? Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where, oh, where, oh, where, oh, where, oh, where is my hairbrush? Can I actually wield that? I can't, unfortunately. What am I missing? Dex. Okay. But I am not going to complete this playthrough until I manage to beat her. I absolutely, positively refuse it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. There's the frickin'. Okay, I'm missing some Somber Stones, which I can go get. The only thing I don't like is, speaking of natively supported, is it only gives commands for the PlayStation controller. And that pisses me off. Although I think it's Steam actually doing the proxy. It could be, I don't know. But it only gives me the command for Xbox. But I've memorized the relationships. Alright, I need 1 + 1. Alright, cool. I probably have more than that. We're just gonna, what we're doing is we're upgrading the serpent hunting spear. Because we're going to go kill him. We're finally going to go kill Rickard. I want his sword. I never tested his sword. I never even looked at his sword in my other playthrough. Why? Because I just wasn't my build. Wasn't my way of fighting. But now, it is. I'm going to upgrade it one more time. And then I'm probably going to blow through all those gold runes just because I can. No, I won't. I won't. If I equipped it, this would have been a lot faster. That's as high as I'm going to put it, because I don't want to waste my 8s. I'm going to need them for my build idea. Okay, I can take that off, take that off. Okay, we've got the spear. I'm going to be two-handing it, so that's not a big deal. Leave the... I'm going to put the anti-fire on, because that's going to be good for both me and my friend. I could probably leave that on. I don't want to, though. I am going to put back on the Godskin one, which is really disturbing looking. Yeah, it's this one right here. Actually, I'm going to take the Godskin off. That way I can use the ability more. Alright. And then I'm going to use the Mimic Tier to just power through them. Did I not save just before it? Okay, I can just take this shortcut anyway. If you do all the manor quests, you actually get asked if you want to go visit the Lord. And I do, obviously. Which takes me right to Rickard. I want everybody to channel good luck to my my dad. He's got actually a job interview today for a job that's a hell of a lot closer than his current job. And that'll make his life so much easier. Because right now he travels like 2 hours to get to work. Yeah.
I would give the father good luck.
Yeah, because she even knows that your character's probably going to die. Because Rickard either kills you or kills you and absorbs you into his like weapon. Like there is no in between.
I don't know if you heard me, but I did say good luck.
Yeah, I heard you. You're praising the sun for him. You're asking for the divine protection from the sun to help him.
That's a boss, isn't it?
Yep, I'm about to go kill Rickard real fast.
Well, no, like what I'm on the lake.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the Drugan.
Yeah.
I advise against fighting the Drugan.
I know. I'm running away. I'm going south.
You could go kill the massive Drugan, or go get the katana to help you kill the massive Drugan, so you get like that 80,000 XP.
Walking on it. Walking on it.
Yeah, this is already much better. That upgrade was worth it. Y'all remember how much trouble I was having last time? That's actually a good point. What I'd really like for them to do, I'm going to let the cutscene play out so I can talk. I'd really like them to do a boss fight or a boss or just a regular monster that looks like the hand demon you see in Demon Slayer. Because that monster looked awesome and was disturbing. I would love to fight that. This monster I really do enjoy. Like, there's always these random hands on a lot of monsters. You have Godric who has it. The Omen characters tend to have extra hands. Now, here's my theory on him. Rickard didn't get eaten by the snake. He turned into his god form to hide as the snake. Because as I said before, I think each of the demigods have a god form. Rodan is stuck in his. Accurate. Rodan is stuck in his god form because he lost his mind. Malenia turns into hers during her second phase. This is his god form, and it's just kind of him like, oh, I have to fight Sirius. You're now worth absorbing. We don't see God wins because he's kind of insane. Or it's not really the true Godwin. We do see the corpse of him, possibly.
We will devour the very god.
I don't know what Moj is, but he does have two forms, I do know that. So I imagine he does have a God form. Yeah, my Mimic Tier is actually doing a good job this time. He's still standing in lava, but it's okay. He's got enough health that it doesn't matter. Mind you, I do want to stop using the Mimic Tier just because it is the one that everybody uses, and I try to, like, fight against the norms. Like, the tactics that everybody uses. And try to find my own way, which is, some people would argue is kind of dumb, considering the fact that, like... Yeah, that's not even enough to level up, which shows you how overpowered I am right now. I probably should do more leveling anyway. Max out all the stats. Like, just get 99 across the board. And y'all know I would. Oh. Alright, so I did that for the first part of my nefarious evil plan. I'm going to go ahead and de-equip that so I don't forget. Now for the next step of my nefarious evil plan to go defeat Malenia is to get the Blasphemous Blade. I need to raise my dex to use it, so I will have to do a little bit of leveling. And here's the reason why. Now, it's actually not even the ability down there, although that is good. Sacred Sword of Rickard, Lord of Blasphemy. Remain of the countless heroes he devoured, writhe upon the surface of the blade. Now they share the same blood, bound together as family. Some HP is restored upon defeating enemies. It's also supposed to take it from when you do damage. It's not saying it, but that's what people are reporting. Anyway, the unique skill, Taker's Flame. Raise the sacred sword aloft to set it ablaze with blasphemous flames. Then bring it down to fire off a blast forward. The flame steals HP from those they touch. You know, you're right. You're 100% right. My issue comes in at, well, not even an issue. It's just an understanding that some people, you can speedrun. Like, if speedrunning is your way of having fun, go for it. I actually have, I've said before, I have deep respect for those who speedrun. Like, it's insane that they're able to do that. But at the same token, like, yeah, I want to find my own way forward. I want to I feel like you will never find a new path if you just tread the path that everyone follows. My Omega bonk build is kind of copying someone else to some degree. Because the bonk is my jump attack. Let me show you it. This armor strengthens jump attack. I usually have a claw thing, which I actually need to put everything back. That enhances my jump attack. That allows me to cast it cheaper, but I'm not going to use that. This raise, the more I hit things, the more damage I do. And then this one allows me to restore health on hit.
Well, I took you no man's lay out your own.
All right, now I got to strengthen the blasphemous sword. Why is it not listed here? It's just showing just that weapon. Oh, because I actually don't have it equipped yet. There we go. It's actually a +9. Oh yeah, good point. That's actually a very true point. Because don't forget, not only did the Zelda glitch get found, so there was a speedrunner who had done a very good edit to hide that they had actually connected two runs together to make it look like a legitimate run. They did a phenomenal job with the edit, so no one knew it. The only reason they got caught is somebody noticed that the Ganon way of spawning his fire is the exact same way, always copies the way a previous boss did. We're gonna do some quick farming real fast. Oh, which means I need to actually do my farming build, not my kill everything build. And yes, this is the fastest way I know to level. But yeah, knowing, I'm going to put that on just to make things a little easier. I'm going to put that on. But yeah, like, and that's my philosophy on like how I want to play games. I don't want to just mimic what everybody else is doing. I want to play my way. And because I feel that you can find a new pattern, a new system if you just tread your own way a little bit. Y'all know what word I was trying to say. Actually, I think unfortunately I'm out of those, so I'll be a little slower after a couple tries. I'm not going to even kill those last two just because it takes me too long to get over to them. Get up here, reset. You play a tank with a rogue? Yeah. I'm actually loving my sword and shield build at times. Like, I really do need to level him, but hiding behind a shield in this game is not as bad as I felt it was. Like, I was always hesitant to use a shield because I felt it was semi-cheaty. Or it was just too gimmicky, like it just didn't do enough. And there are times I feel the same way about it still. There are times I still feel that way because you just don't do that much damage. But you have so much setup, just so much damn setup. Because in this one, if you block an attack, you can immediately return with a heavy attack, instantly. And I don't even bother with heavy attacks a lot of times when playing because it just takes too long. That's why I use the jump attack, because it's semi-counted as a heavy attack. You turn the engineer into a space marine? Are you talking about in this game or another game? Or are you talking about in that D&D game? Because that's also accurate. I gotta go kill that one down in the bottom right, just because his eyes are glowing. Which is gonna get me an extra burst of XP. Yeah, the Star Wars game? Yeah, I do remember that. And hell, you could also talk about your barbarian, who's basically the Hulk. I really don't like farming. Like, I really just don't. I really just prefer to level up from just doing things. But unfortunately, there are just sometimes it's better just to go ahead and just do these farming routes. And yes, those guys can roll off the cliff. I've had them do it so many times. I kind of want to make a compilation of enemies trying to attack me and falling off cliffs, because it's funny. I'm trying to wait for the chicken foot to run out because I don't want to waste it. It just ran out. Oh well, I'm going to do this run since I just started it. Now, this is one of the best places to farm, and you can actually get here really damn early if you know. How it's just repeat the same area over and over again? Yeah. Like, if it's a long path you can follow, then that's cool. But this one is just like such a... And there's an even cheap one. If you fire an arrow at that bird, he'll run off the cliff trying to get to you. And I hate that. Like, I hate the gimmicky ones where it's just like you're taking advantage of bad enemy placement or something. I might have to run... Yeah, I need a 15, so I need one more time to get my dex up.
I'm actually kind of tired. I think I'm actually going to get off a little bit.
Is it because you hate me?
No, it's because I'm actually tired.
You know I'm messing with you.
Okay. It just hit me. I don't
Oh, you're
know
fine.
why.
Go get some sleep. Like, you know me. I really don't care. I was trying to fake gaslight you. Anyway, lots of love. Go get some rest.
Alright. I'll still be in stream. I'll just be listening.
That's fine. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go just purely because of, if I can't beat Malenia in this run, then there's almost no point to this episode.
Okay. Alrighty then.
I'm going to be trying this new build, though.
Love you, stream.
Later,
Love you,
later.
chat.
Be good. Alright, so here's the idea for the build. The cool thing is, you get the sword's benefit, even if it's not equipped. Or as long as it's equipped, it doesn't have to be the weapon you're using. So, in theory, okay, I forgot I still have this on. So I'm going to remove that. Yeah, I'm still gaining health. Okay. So I'm still gaining health. That's good. And that... I want him to hit me. Okay. Okay. So yeah, yeah, unfortunately it's only upon death, so that didn't work the way I wanted to. So that build doesn't work the way I need it to. That is unfortunate. So my Omega Bonk build might be my only chance, although I have one other option. I'm going to go in as Radon. I might need to do a lot of leveling to get what I need to be able to beat her. I'm going to go in Radon because that's my highest defense that I have. There's actually technically higher with the Bull Goat armor, but I'd have to have more endurance, and I don't want that. But we're going to go in as Radon, using his weapon and... But yeah, like, I hate it where it's required in games. So, like I'm talking heavily required. Like one good example is like Final Fantasy games, that's another category. But I'm talking like how they did Marvel's Avengers, or even some of the Assassin's Creed games where you do have to do farming to level up, but it's so required that that if you don't do it, you just literally can't progress the story at all. All right, we're gonna see how I do as Radon. I'm already doing less damage, which is fine. I can interrupt her with that attack, so that's good right there. And it's got some range to it. Okay, that time it didn't interrupt her, but she was doing her ultimate. And I actually survived it for the most part. If I hadn't gotten caught in literally the whole attack, I would have survived. So the armor kept me alive. So the armor is infinitely better. So that's a thing. That's a thing. I might have to advance the plot till I can get the ultimate version of the shield, which is after I've burnt the Erd Tree. Because I can still come back here. So we might do that. We might advance the plot. I need to stop doing that. Yeah, that's exactly what I really wish. I really wished if you walked in there dressed as Radahn with the weapon, for her to, like, pause for a second. Not what I meant to do. Still not what I meant to do. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm an idiot. I'm pushing the wrong button. There we go. Like, her just pause and, like, the look of, oh shit. Because as I said before, I do think that, wow, that didn't insta-kill me like it's done before. I do think that Radahn is stuck in his quote-unquote god form. Alright, I'm going to do one more trick, and then I might have to call this stream just because I'm hitting that brick wall, and I don't want to spend a whole stream just banging my head against this brick wall until I break my way through. Because there's an item I can get that will make me survive her Mobetta. You have the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman, and then you have the +1. I have the +1, which is easier to get for some reason. The +2 you get in the crumb immediately after you start burning the Erd Tree, but that's not where I want to go. You can get the the whole other ultimate variant, which is legendary, the next tier up. Oh, since I'm not doing jump attacks as much, let's put the Erd Tree favor on for fuck all reasons. It gives me slightly more health. And then the other idea I want to try out is I'm going to pop this because it's going to give me even more health. That's quite a bit of health. Like, I have just slightly over half the screen in health. You know what? Let's fucking summon the Mimic now. I want to try the Mimic on this. And I haven't even healed up from taking the Mimic, and I have about the same health I had before. Bosses, not really. I don't know if I've got my... There we go. I might have to make an anti-Malenia build. Only way I can hurt her during that. She's down for such a short amount of time, it's actually annoying. I like the fact that... Alright. I definitely see a way forward fighting her. I definitely see a way forward. I'm not there yet. I need a few more tweaks to my weaponry. And I do have an idea for a cheap way to mess with her. I'm going to go in one more time. Yeah, if she didn't heal, she'd be a lot easier. It really, like... And she heals like that even if you've got a shield up. That's the bullshit part. All right. What I'm going to do is going to be completely pointless. I'm not going to win this one. There is literally no way I can win what I'm trying to do. I don't think I have the Ash of War I need. All right, I'll have to go get it. Let me go get it, and then I'll test out the idea. Because I want you all to see what it is. All right, I got to go back to here. Yeah, but yeah, she didn't heal. Like, the cool thing is the rune she gives you actually gives you that property or something similar. That every time you hit somebody, you actually get health back that you lost. After the Radon Festival, the this place restores itself. I actually think I'm going the wrong way for what I want, though. I need to go this way. Well, at least getting rid of the flamethrower, guys. Need to go up to the second floor, and I think the tiger dog things are here. Now, I don't remember where exactly it is. I just remember it's this way. Or I remember it's somewhere. And I think she keeps the healing even in her second form when she starts just spitting out Scarlet Rot. But compared to most of the other like late game boss fights, she doesn't have that much health. And the fact that you can break her posture, whole nother conversation. Yes, attack me. I am the Great Radon. I can imagine this being a good place to farm if it wasn't for like this place is insanely dangerous too. Like it has a couple of the monsters in here that I just absolutely refuse to fight. Like there's one of them here that gives you the no hug, and I hate the no hug. This guy, I think this guy drops what I'm after. Nope. All right. I think it's then it must be in a chest nearby, because I've gotten it from up here ish. You see a guy walking around in Radon's armor. Do you really think you can beat him? Because to get his armor, you probably have to get it off his corpse. And do you think you can beat the guy who beat Radon? I really question this. I think that, like, I would really love that if they added in, I'm going to call it contextual reactions. Like and that'd be difficult programming. But, like, here, like, and it doesn't have to be constant. Like, it could be here, for instance. They see me walking around in Radon armor, and you see them hesitate. They walk away for a second. Then they charge forward. This is not what I needed, but I'm going to get it anyway. Armorer's Cookbook. I'm going to heal up and get rid of the wolves out there, because they perma-die. They're sub-bosses. Thankfully, that attack actually does have high poise. It takes a lot to break me out of it. And it's one of my favorite ways to clear a room. Alright, I guess it was back the other way. I could have sworn it was up on top of a tower. I still think it is. I may have just went to the wrong tower. And I want to figure out how to open the main gate. Did I beat the bosses here? Because there's a second... No, I did not beat the second set of bosses here. Cool, I'll have to do that. Oh, did I not come up here? Oh, this is where it's at. Okay. Oh, yeah. I keep wanting to press L1 to dual attack when this weapon you don't need to. I know I'm hitting his head so it does, like, no damage, but I don't care. Could you imagine wearing that helmet and someone just slams down Radon's swords on your forehead? Dong, 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 dong. No, that wasn't it either. I'm having a hard time remembering where it is. I might have to re-look it up. Ooh, the flamberge. For anybody who cares, so every class of weapon, except for like blunt weapons, has a weapon that gives you bleed, which is another reason I just absolutely hate bleed. It's just so fucking annoying. Great Swords has this one. But I actually like, although I have a bleed build, I actually am really annoyed with bleed. It's just so exhausting. Because not only does everything have a bleed build or a bleed weapon, like, just look at the amount of bleed weapons there are in the game. Go, like, I challenge you, go to like Elden Ring's wiki and just look up the amount of weapons that do bleed. Then look up the Ash of Wars and what they do for each one that gives you bleed. Here's the no-no hug. Like, I could probably beat them now, but I don't want to. Red Hot Wet Blade. That allows me to apply fire to any weapon. And then if you really want to look how many of them give you poison. Look how many of them give Scarlet Rot. Look how many put cold. Answer. Almost none. In fact, I don't think there's any for Scarlet Rot. I think there's one for poison. There's none for sleep. There's none for cold. Unless it just hasn't been found yet. So I think they gave like way too much bleed in this game, and bleed is powerful. It's possibly one of the most powerful. It was probably the most powerful ability, because cold. I think cold, madness do the same exact thing as bleed, but worse. I could be wrong. I remember coming through here as my magic user, and it was just so difficult. Goddamn, where the frick is it? It's in this castle. All right, hang on. I gotta look up the Ash of War that I'm looking for. I hope I didn't accidentally trade it away. Flame of the Redmanes is the name of the ability. Oh, I'm at the wrong place entirely. Okay. Fort Gale. Have I not gone to Fort Gale in this one? I haven't. All right, cool. Let's go do it. Okay, gotta go to that castle now. Over by that castle, there is a invisible scarab I gotta go hit up. No, frost actually does take away health. I think when you max, when you actually get the frost build fully up. I know madness takes away health and magic, which is only good against players really, but the health is good. The only downside is almost every madness ability I've seen also takes away, also builds up on you when you use it. And there's not a lot of weapons that do frost. There's not a lot of weapons that do madness. I found one really good spear I really did like. I kind of know the reason why they didn't want Scarlet Rot on too many things. And it's because bosses never lose Scarlet Rots, which means once they get it, they're just going to constantly lose health for the rest of the fight. And if you also give it poison, even worse. And then if you because you can do this, stack it on top of bleed, even worse. Oh, by the way, those things are actually called T-Rex dogs. All right. Anyway, where is the invisible scarab? Right there. Okay. There it is. I got it. I'm gonna do it one more time just to get rid of these guys. Oh, okay, maybe not. So fucking annoying. All right, I did all that just to test out a specific Ash of War on her. Now, arguably, because you can use the whetstones to give weapons any properties, regardless of what the Ash of War would normally do. Like, me putting Flame on would normally give my weapon fire, but I could give it bleed, I could give it blood. Or not blood, but poison, if I wanted to. I think Scarlet Rot's the only one you can't do by default. Alright, we're going to test something. And in theory, if this does work, in theory I could put it on my heavy greatswords if I want. But we're gonna put it on this Wahander for the purposes of testing. Flame art. What's the difference between flame art and flame? Oh, adds faith. Okay, we're gonna leave it as heavy because that's All right, we're gonna put the heavy Zwahander there, and then we're gonna put my bonk sword right there, just so I can, because the ability. I'm not gonna win this one. I'm definitely not gonna win this one, but I'm gonna test this. There we go. I want to test the Ash of War on her, because it's supposed to be really good for stagger, and she's really weak to stagger. Yeah, that's not even staggering her in a little bit. Yeah, that's not staggering her in the slightest. Yeah, so that test was pointless. Alright, so that doesn't work. It also might be because that weapon's not very upgraded, so in theory, if I put it on my bonk sword, it might be better. So I'll give it one more test. I'll give it one more test. So we're going to move the Ash of War over to one of my bonk swords, which thankfully that means that that weapon doesn't lose it, because Ash of Wars don't work the way you think they do. They don't disappear just because you put it on a weapon. It just moves it. There. So now it's on my bonk weapon, which is the highest statted weapon I have right now, minus the Rodan weapon. Because that one's actually maxed out. I think it's actually even tier 10, which is the highest you can get somber weapons. I don't know. Yeah, the damage is higher. Oh, I'm rolling slow because I'm wearing Rodan's armor. Okay, it took 3 hits for me to finally stagger her. When my actual basic attack staggers her so much better. So yeah, I think the only way I'm going to beat her is Rodan's weapons. I think that's the only way I'm going to beat her. There's a couple other options I can throw on there, like maybe if I tried, I could give her give my dual blades bleed, but I really don't want to lean into the bleed build. I really just don't want to. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna advance the plot in my next stream, which will be Monday, unless I decide to play on the weekend, which is like a 50-50 shot. I'm gonna advance the plot so I can get some of the upgraded stuff that I need, so I can upgrade even further to beat her, and then we're gonna go forward. I'm gonna I don't mind cheesing her. I really don't mind cheesing her. But let me look at since we were discussing it, I want to look up what Frost actually does. Frostbite. Damage stat reduction and duration values added. So it looks like. So yeah, it decreases the amount of damage. And there's actually more that do frost than I thought. The Dark Moon Greatsword, the Frozen Needle, which is a thrusting sword. Apparently there's a torch. Okay, cool. Curved Greatsword and an axe. There's a decent amount of spells and a couple things I can throw. So that's how many weapons, because we're just going to talk weapons for this. And then we'll do Scarlet Rot now. I think there's only 3 for Scarlet Rot. Actually, there's a lot more. There's a lot more than I thought. Still not nowhere near as big as Bleed. Scorpion Stinger, Dagger, the Rapier, Thrusting Sword, Rotten Crystal Sword, Straight Sword, Rotten Battle Hammer, Warhammer, Spear, Colossal Weapon, which is a Great Axe and a Staff, and then Crystal Staff, another staff. And then, but let's look at Bleed. Let's look at Bleed. I probably should be screen sharing this so you can see it. You know what? I am going to screen share this. Hang on. I want you guys to see this. Hang on. We're going to take a look at this. Hang on, give me a second. I gotta add a thing in here so you guys can see it. That's not what I wanted. we'll do window capture. That should do it. Browser. That should be. Here it is. All right. Because my picture is very important, we're going to move that up to the top. There we are. All right. Look at this. Look at this. Like, no, seriously. Look at this. I'm not even joking. This is ridiculous. You have all of these weapons give bleed by default. All of them. There's even shields that give you bleed. All of them. Every single one of them. The Hand of Malenia gives you bleed. It should fucking give Scarlet Rot, but it gives goddamn bleed. That's all the bleed weapons. Then you have these spells. Or sorry, these are spells and flame things. So that's all of them. Let's take a look at Scarlet Rot. There you go. That many. Madness. There you go. There's 3. A seal, a great sword, a great shield. Both these you're not going to attack people with. Neither one of these are you going to attack people with. This is the only attacking weapon that you would actually use it on. And then sleep, I think there's like 1 or 2 weapons. 2. You have a torch, no one's going to use it, and a straight sword, where its special ability actually does a decent amount of sleep. Poison, I think it's like 3. 5, sorry. Bow, claws, which is actually kind of cool. Serpent blade, coil shield, and ant skull plate. All right, there you go. And then let's see here. The last one I'm going to show. Frostbite. Just 5. That one requires a massive ass quest. That one you're not going to use. So the frozen needle, the Zenmore curved sword, and probably the hatchet are probably the easiest to get. So that's my bitch. That's my bitch and gripe. All right, I'm going to get rid of that browser. But anyway, I just had to get that out of my system. I think they give way too much bleed in this game. Which is not really a mark against the game, just a gripe on mine. Anyway, I'm going to call it here. I'm sorry I went on a huge ass rant. I just had to. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one.